Hello, everybody. Welcome to a pop-up live. We'll try and keep this nice and short tonight. So we're going to rattle through some live unboxings, which is terribly exciting. And also do some updates on projects. For those of you who, unfortunately, we didn't do a show last night because of that kickball competition, but we're playing a little bit of catch-up tonight. So first things first, I have a package, an order. Oops, Daisy, you show me address on screen. An order. So this is from Premium Hobbies, who are based just down the road from me in Weston-super-Mare, and I did an order with them literally a couple of days ago, and this has turned up very, very quickly, which is always good. And this is, I think Phil Flory refers to this as stab yourself live on the internet. Here we go. So what we have is very nicely packaged. Excellent, top marks for that. Thank you for your order, which is very nice of them. There's my receipt, which is jolly good. So what did I order? I ordered a pack of the Infiny model sponges, because I have been loving my 400, which I've been, as you can see, I'm pretty much my go-to sander at the moment. So I decided to invest in a multi-pack, which, as you can see, has 4,000, 2,500, 1,500, 1,000, 800, 600, 400, and 220. I'm actually amazed. I think this is actually quite fine, but there are finer ones. This was, I think these ended up being about 14 or 15 quid for the pack. So you've got 1, 2, 8. So if you do those at about £2 per sponge, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, that's not bad. I think that's very good value for money. As I say, I'm really impressed with these, and just that they don't seem to disintegrate. I wholeheartedly recommend these, seriously. And if you pop along to the Premium site, you can have a look yourself and order some of the smaller ones if you want, and see how you got on with them. They also do some standing sticks, which I might put in an order for next time. But these, fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And I hasten to add, I've bought these out of my own money. We're not being asked to promote these by anybody. This is a genuine thing that I have bought, and I'm very, very impressed with it. So I would say buy with confidence. I've also, just to be a bit of a completist, this wasn't in stock last time, and it is the missing, like I say, beautifully wrapped. This is the missing Mr. Colour Lascivious that I didn't have. There we go. Which was the clear pale red. So I've now got the clear sweep of these now. So that's good. That'll be a spur to me to actually get on and finish that big Tamiya biker figure at some stage over the next couple of weeks. So fabulous. I like to be a completist. So that's the clean sweep of that. And the other thing I've got here is a box. Thank you, Mr. Chris Alliung of Canada. This has been some time in transit. Chris periodically messages me and says, has it turned up yet? No, sorry, Chris, it hasn't. And it arrived today. And so wow. Addresses on that. Let's just click this off. I have a funny feeling I know what's in here, but it's, well, Chris said he's given me 2 bonus items, and I think these are the bonus items. So I'm not sure what these are, Chris. I'm sure you will tell me. We'll work that out. However, what is in here is, oh, look at this. How exciting. It's an Eschi F104, an actual Eschi boxing of an F104, and still shrink wrapped. So we are going to break the hermetic seal. And Chris rather kindly sent this to me. That was very, very kind of him. Right, here we go. This is history in the making, because I'd never owned one of these kits, and I've never seen inside the box of one of these kits. So, dun, 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 dun. Oh, well, that's bright. But this is peak Eschi. This is when they were at their absolute best. And I won't take it out of the wrapper just yet, but I can tell you that is gorgeous. The recessed panel lines on this that is fabulous. These kits were way ahead of their time. They really were. It is also, as you can tell by the low parts count, surprisingly simple. So yeah, that you could knock together in the space of a couple of evenings. But wow, actually have an original Eschi F104. This comes with the decals for the Indian scheme of the Royal Canadian Air Force, or Canadian Air Force as it was back then. So as you can see, it's a very simple decal sheet, not much going on there, and rather I'd say rather cleverly actually, they've printed the maple leaf with a clear spot so that you paint it red, and then just apply the decals over that. So that's good. Actually saves the color printing. And then a wonderfully ergonomic and brief instruction sheet. That goes together in no time. And then the color scheme. So utterly fabulous. I'm really pleased to actually have an Eschi original F104 now. Whether I actually, when I get around to building this, whether I build it in this scheme, I'm not entirely sure. Part of me says I should. Part of me says I should honour the Eschi legacy there. But thank you, Chris. That is very, very kind of you. Very, very grateful. And isn't that just a fabulous piece of box art? Look at that. Oh, get there in the end. Isn't that just gorgeous? Just, this is... Oh, I can smell beaters in Bristol just looking at this box art. And it's one of those things. I used to walk into beaters in Bristol, and they would have stacks of these and the F16s and the F4J/SS Phantom, all these kits that now suddenly I want to get my hands on. I can't. And yeah, they had lots of the Starfires, but familiarity breeds contempt. They were widely available. I wasn't interested because my taste lay in other things. Of course, now these kits are essentially history, and Eschi as a brand is history. I miss them dearly. So there's a moral in there somewhere. I'm not quite sure what it is, but there is a moral. So fantastic. Thank you, Chris. Really, really very and humbly grateful to you. No idea what these are. Chris said that there's a bonus. Anybody have any ideas what these are? Let's see what the comments are. Rob Monfee says, evening. I'm building that same kit now. It's lovely. Right, bizarre coincidence. Simon Dixon says, I have the decals of fully 8 version of that somewhere, although the red would show through the white. And Rob says, watch the decals, instrument panel, decal disintegrating water. I coated the rest of them sheet with decals film. Yeah, just that era of decals from, I think they were Cartograph. They were notorious for being beautifully printed, but the varnish on them was so stiff that you would have to use, literally, liquid cement as a decal solvent. And I think Drew probably did that as well. So, yeah, old decals. But these, Chris, genuinely, they're obviously, I would hazard the guess that you drill or screw these onto a piece of wood, and this is a paint stand, something like that, or a work stand for a model. Anyone? Help! I mean, they're fabulous. That's what I think they are. I can't think what else. Yeah, it's got to be. There's got to be some kind of paint stand or paint support. I'm sure Chris will come along at some stage and put me out of my misery as to what this is. But yeah, mystery item there, mystery item. Anyway, we will. As I can say, thank you for that, Chris. That's very kind of you. We will just very, very quickly rattle through an update on a few projects here. Kicking off with this, which was sent through from Colin at Freight Dog. So thank you, Colin. And it's pretty much actually almost structurally complete now. So let's just spill the contents out onto the work area. Now, what I have done is, so I'm just sorting this all out. I'm leaving off these outer pieces to the drive sprocket because those pop in there like so. But what I am going to do is spray these tracks, spray the whole thing in the Portland sand color. Then I'm going to use Maskol and actually drop Maskol into the center of the hubs to protect them. Then I'll give the tracks an overall coat of my dirty black brown color mixed from Tamiya acrylics, and then that will be a case of, let's get these the right way around, we never can. It'll be a case of dropping them in place. Then as the final stage is then adding the, let's make sure I get these the right way around. Yes. Then adding the mud guards last of all. So there's going to be a little bit of jiggery pokery going on there, but unfortunately if I add the mud guards at this stage, I can't then squeeze those tracks in. I've tried it. Oh, I know, I just have. Ignore what I'm saying. It's been a long day, people. Perhaps I can do it that way. But either way, these will be painted separately so that I can then, as I say, mask them with Maskol. And then when they're painted, then I can just drop that in there because it gives me a nice clean area to get them to mask, and I can just paint those separately and drop them in. So that's it. So got to say, detail on these is fabulous. You do lose a little bit of definition on the tracks when you clean them up. So that's where your compromise is going to be. But other than that, they do look they do look very, very good, and I would venture to say they look better than if they were rubber band tracks. So there's the hull with the bogie assemblies in place. Detail on this is utterly fabulous. The one observation I would make, and Dave Fleming's been building one of these at the same time as well, and that is that you do still need to have a little bit of modeler input when it comes to just making sure bits locate a little bit more positively. So you are having to do a little bit, tiny amounts of trimming and adjusting. It's nothing major, but it's almost, but not quite, kind of Tamiya drop fit. But you know, it certainly isn't kind of like, you know, like trying to deal with an older kit. And turret is pretty much done. I've got, what have I got left on the sprues? It's pretty much just lights, some of the Pioneer tools. I think there's the aerial mast on there, and then that's it. So actually by tonight, I think we might have a bit of a session in the workshop tonight, and we can probably get those all done and out the way. Some parts I am also going to be leaving off because there is a certain amount of tricky masking to do the Haunter camouflage on this. So that's going to be fun. Which, as you can see from the box scheme, yeah, there's going to be some masking there with straight lines and things. So, but what is life if not a challenge? But fabulous kit, I've not come across this range before. As we've said before, you get this magazine / booklet with it as well, which is in English and German, and it's a terrific little piece of reference. It's almost a magazine with a little booklet magazine with a free kit, if you see what I mean. And I was also having a look down the side here of some of the other things they do. There's the other cruisers. They also do some Panzer IIIs, which is a tank I do like. One thing that Dave has been asking about is that on the sprues there are two fenders / mudguards, which is, I think it's P8 and P13, and we cannot, on the instructions for the other kits, we cannot find them referenced at all. So whether that's for yet another future version to come out from World at War / IBG, not entirely sure. It's a little bit of a mystery, that, but yeah, really impressed with these, and it's always good to kind of highlight, you know, a little known. No, I say little known, you know what I mean, slightly off the beaten track, these. So I think it's good to give them a bit of exposure and people can see what there is out there. Similarly with this, which has been a revelation, which is the Rubicon Models range, and this 1/56th scale LRDG Chevrolet, which, as they say, is molded in ABS plastic, and that is structurally complete, and I really like the look of this. As says that we've got a few wobbly bits in there at the moment, and the driver's just temporarily sitting in place. But this, honestly, I'm going to be dipping back into the Rubicon range and getting another couple of their kits, because these are terrific fun. They are, oops, that's right, it's not glued on. They are an odd scale, and it's because this is this wargaming scale, and there are quite a large number of ranges out there now that cater for this. You know what, yeah, it would have been nice if they'd have chosen 48 scale, but for some reason they went for 56th. So it's kind of like it's a modeling niche in its own right. But when things are this good, you know, then I don't see a problem with that. One of the things I was especially impressed about was they've got around the fact that they couldn't do the clear parts for this kit. So they've molded the windscreens with sand covers on them. So that's just a, you know, neat little touch that. There are a couple of omissions I've noticed that if you see on the box art, there are Pioneer tools on the box art that you don't get in the kit, but they do a separate kit of extra stowage and things if you want to bulk these kits up, and they're cheap as chips anyway. So, but yeah, 56 scale ABS molded kit. It's about as different as you can get from what I usually build. And yeah, I again, this came from John Walker, who sent us this kit because he knew we'd be interested in it. And John is absolutely right, we are. And the figures are astonishing. They are just absolutely terrific. I just wish they were 48th. I keep saying it, but there we go. But yeah, Rubicon Models, go and have a look on their website and you may be surprised. Finally, we're also quite a long way progressing with this now. That didn't even make sense. We have progressed quite a long way with this. As you can see, things are now covered in primer. We have the tracks are link and length tracks are semi-assembled. Let's clear that out of the way. They're semi-assembled, and then the idea is that at the end we just pop them over the track and glue them in place like that. Stole that idea from Martin Kovac. So we've got bits here that are all primed, which is to do with the interior, and still got a little bit of primer to go on there as well. Not going to worry about that because there's a area that gets glued there. We've done the trailer as well, and upsie-daisy. We've got all the figures are all now structurally complete. The engine has been painted and weathered. I'm just thinking, oh, sorry, I was missing some bits here. Bear with. That's the bits that I was trying to find, which have also been put up for priming. And hopefully in the next couple of days or so, I should be getting the new Tamiya acrylic colours for this kit, which are the same as the LP colours. And I've got the LP colours here, but I'd like to give the acrylic versions a try out anyway, because, you know, everything's new. So, you know, just keep experimenting. So that will be progressing over the course of the weekend. So it's probably going to be quite a lot of painting over the weekend before Sunday night. The big event on Sunday night, which is I'm not doing ghost stories. So yeah, we have quite a few projects on the go here, and we've got more projects on the go as well. I've got an Airfix Chipmunk to start building soon. I am still nibbling away at my Special Hobby Whirlwind, which I can see glaring at me just over here. And we've also got, I've got to build that at some stage, which I'm looking forward to doing. And I've got that little SU Churchill to build. And I've got the Italeri 35th scale Panzer IV to build. And I've got on its way to me the new Tamiya Panzer IV. So the Panzer IV H. Is the H or the G? It's the H. So yeah, busy all time here in the workshop. But hey ho, it's all fun. Just a quick thing to say that we'll be on Sunday evening, but we will be on at about 6 o'clock. It's going to be early because of the football, and then hopefully normal service will be resumed next week with the Wednesday, you know, etc. etc. Also, we are still trying to get the shop to work at the moment. A few of you have very kindly inquired about our awesome interesting modeling company badges, which are now on sale. Merch plug. But unfortunately, the Facebook shop isn't playing ball at the moment, and we can't get it to work. So I do apologise for that, but we'll be trying to resolve that as quickly as possible. So apologies in the meantime. I think that's about it. Unless anybody's got any questions, that will be it for tonight. The screen's gone all funny here, but don't worry about that. So as always, we'll see you on Sunday at the earlier time of 6 o'clock, 1800 hours BST. Until then, stay safe, stay out of trouble, and we'll see you soon. So bye for now.